So this is the rear deck of Blue Sky. It still needs quite a bit of work, as can be seen in the rust. But this is the next one on the schedule. So this is the starboard side deck. Most of the work's been done on it, although we still have roof work to do. And we did quite a bit of work on the paravane on this side, and that goes on up to the Portuguese bridge. We have the pilot house doorway there, and coming on around we have the front of the Portuguese bridge with a couple things on it that's under work. Continuing on the Portuguese bridge here we have the port side of it, and there's, you can't really see, but that's the whole side. Okay, so this is the foredeck. I'm going to jump down and get some close-ups and back shots. This was where the windlass was attached. It has since been pulled off and everything ground down so that we can clean it up. There was quite a bit of rust underneath there, and we're also considering it was designed where the anchor went off to the side here. We're wanting to go back to the center, so when we move the anchor back to the center, we'll have to rearrange some of those cuttings. But there's the pilot house and Portuguese bridge area, and underneath the Portuguese on each side are a couple storage containers. Don't know yet if we're going to reuse them, and we're still debating on exactly how we're going to treat the two hatches. The forward hatch goes into the forward stateroom, and the second hatch goes into the media room. So this is the port entryway. We cut the steel out here in the front going across because it was 5 feet 9 inches, which I was endlessly banging my head on and got tired of. And then coming on down, we have the big storm door, which we're going to replace with a single door. And then there's also access into the wet locker there, and that's the doorway off. Here's the starboard entryway. It's the hatch to go off at the bottom of the paravane. And then coming on up here, we have the storm door. We're going to replace this, and we're also going to hopefully raise this so that it'll be a little higher and have better head clearance. And then walking on forward, you can see the area that was trimmed out to make it easier to walk on up. So coming on around, so now we're on the port side of the Portuguese bridge, looking into the stripped pilot house there. More on that later. But this takes us on down. These steps have been repaired and whatnot. Still got work to do on the forward steps and the starboard steps. But this takes us on back to the back deck. And here we are back at the back deck. Again, as I was saying earlier, quite a bit of work needs to be done. Let's hatch up to the upper deck. And then this takes you on down into the lower part. And here we have the sliding doors for the lower deck. Again, stairway up into the boat deck, which I'll go up in just a moment. So this is the boat deck. Right there would be the boat. We got to put chocks back in. And then you can see the back section. Plan here is, for here is going to be dinghy, and then possibly some sort of little sailing craft. And then we haven't really decided what we're going to do back here at the moment. Maybe solar panels. We've been putting some epoxy in. And then we have the roof of the pilot house, which has been painted and everything, and it actually has its final coat of paint on. Now what we plan to do here is we're going to do about 2K worth of solar panels all the way across. And there's the mast. We've stripped it of everything. And then we have the port paravane. And here's a little bit closer view of the starboard paravane. Yeah, this one maybe we'll shoot a video at some point of lowering it down. I had to do quite a bit of reconstructive work here in the steel area. This is basically a double plate, and then we put epoxy over it to make it look nice and keep the water out. But it seems to be in pretty good shape now. And we have it's a 28,000 BTU air conditioner for mainly the salon. The rest of them are going to be winter units, water-based units. And that's a nice back shot of the entire boat deck. We're using, to give us this nice silver, we used a paint called Rust Script, and we painted the lower part of the winch. Obviously don't have the final winch motor on there. Okay, back out to the back deck. Going down the stairs here to the, this is the rear deck. Again, it has one of those doors, and this door is going to also get replaced. And there's those same curved steps going up, and then looking into the very messy interior right now. But I was just basically showing the rear deck. So there's a shot of the rear swim deck area. There's supposed to be a swim platform attached, but we've taken that off because it was extremely rusty. The rudders and props are all off, having service done on them, and you can see some weld points up there on the rear that still needs to be done. This gives a pretty good shot of the rust under the deck and the holes. All the holes have been patched, but we still got to attack the rust. So Blue Sky has two skegs. You can see them there. As an example, that shaft, the hole coming out of that hole shaft there is a 3-inch hole. It's actually a 2-inch shaft within, half-inch bushing going all the way around it. And you got two rudders down there, which are the big barn doors laying on their side, and the shaft sitting up over there is one of the rudder posts. Here's one of the older air conditioner units, and there you can see the extensive rust damage that had occurred on the swim platform. We pulled it off. We're either going to use it as a model, although I'm hoping to actually have a much larger one built. But we'll see. That one actually rotated up and down. But as you can see, it's pretty much a mess, and we'll eventually haul it off to the salvage yard. Starboard front of the boat, you can see the eyebrow up there, the work that we did on that. I'll cross on over, and you can see the bulbous bow, which that's actually just a propane tank that the previous owner stuck in. We're planning to remove that, and here you can also see the anchor that used to be, or the anchor feed that we used to come out on the side, and we're still debating on what we're going to do. And of course now we're looking at the port side. And here we'll go down the port side. Basic. They've done some painting on the hull here, and of course extensive sanding. And we've done quite a bit of work there underneath. You can see our work, the eyebrow work, and rust, using rust encapsulation paint to basically, hopefully, stop the rust and prepare it. The door on this side was in much better shape than the starboard door. And going on down, we have a stateroom, and then the rear window goes into the master bedroom. That exhaust right there is for the heating system. There is a built-in diesel heater, which needs to be refurbished. And up there, the salon, and again, you can see the rear and the rust. That was a major big plate that had to be replaced, and the davit arm way up there. Here's the starboard side of the boat. Still having to walk around a little bit around equipment and stuff in the yard, but you can get a pretty good view. There's a pretty good shot of the entire vessel. You have a forward stateroom, a dining area, then we have our entry area, the pilot house on top of that, master bathroom, day bathroom, stateroom, media room, and master bedroom in the very back. Well, that's pretty much it. for giving an overview of the outside of the vessel.
Later.